Hello, hello, hello. Happy New Year to all of you. We're so happy to have you here with us into this new year. Happy New Year to you, Bishop. How are you?
I am well, Pastor Z. How are you? Happy
I'm
New
doing
Year to you.
I'm doing pretty good. Doing pretty good. So glad to see another day. So glad to see another day. Um
Exactly.
have a lot of people that are going through that we definitely would like for everyone that's under our voice to just keep them lifted up in prayer. Um, and so the Kendrick family, Minister Di, she was involved in an accident on yesterday. So we want to give shots out to her. I know I kind of communicated her via text message on today, and she said she was just waiting for some results. So
Okay.
we we're looking forward to that. We have several ways that you can follow us. We're on YouTube, Facebook Live. We also have a Twitter account. And we also is on the conference call. That number is 1-646-224-5980. The PIN number is 334-1980. 1986. 1986. So getting all these different ways of connecting together so that everyone can kind of tune in to what we're going to be doing on tonight. Hello, Miss Marion Miller Johnson. Glad that you have joined us on tonight. Everyone, we want you to tag quite 5 people, 10 people, 15 people, as many people as you can. Tag them into our uh, program on tonight. We want all the viewers we can get on here tonight. We're going to have some good discussion, good topics. We're going to discuss a few things. Hello, Miss Charlotte Kenning. Hello, Miss Terrell Marbury Townsend. Happy New Year. Happy New Year to all of you. And we pray that all of you will have a prosperous and healthy new year. Prosperous and healthy new year. Share, share, share. Share, share, share. We want you to share with any and everyone. Um, do as much as you can. We want to get this out. We have quite a few things in mind of where Real Talk will be going in this year. We're going to discuss that and share that with you on tonight. Bishop, how's everything going with you?
Everything is well. I am excited about the new year. Um, I am looking forward to just the newness of it. Looking forward to doing some things this year, and looking forward to where Real Talk is going. I'm excited about that. The information that this platform is going to provide. So, didn't make any New Year resolutions because I just kind of believe that, you know, I am yielded to what God's plan is. So we just gonna do our part to be diligent and focused. Um, Kind of work on self, continue to work on self, mind, body, and soul. And so I'm excited about the new year. I had a wonderful Christmas. The family had planned to kind of do some things and gather, but with uh, the Omicron kind of spiking, it kind of kept us from doing that. But we still were able to kind of gather and make full use of Zoom again this year. So had a good Christmas and just focused and ready for the new year. What about you?
Um, I'm just excited to see. Honestly, I was one of those that was happy to see the holidays come and happy to see the holidays go. No, I was glad to see my family doing well. Um, And so enjoy the holidays. Enjoy seeing other people smile and be happy. That's where I was this year. Um,
Okay.
that's where I was this year.
Okay.
Uh, so blessed to see another day. Definitely blessed
Yeah.
to see another day.
And the holidays, the holidays bring that, when, especially when you've lost loved ones and it's fresh. Even sometimes when it's been some time, it still can be a time of sadness and all. But one thing that I realized, even in just what Christmas is, if there's not a gift, or you don't get anything, you're not able to do. I wished it was so that same spirit of Christmas, because you really weren't there this year, but you wanted to see it for other people,
Right.
that happiness, that joy. So I wish it was a time, or where that type of happiness and joy and just spirit that people have at Christmas, that giving spirit, that loving spirit, that kind spirit, could some way be harnessed throughout the year. That's always been my goal and my desire, because people do kind of mellow out at Christmas. And I say this, I've said it before, I say it again, it is the most wonderful time of the year. It is the time of year that believers celebrate, but there are non-believers who enjoy that time of Christmas. But I do definitely understand. I understand where you were, and can relate definitely to that.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes, yes.
definitely relate to it.
Happy New Year, Miss Jackie Munn. Miss Jackie Munn. Happy New Year to
Happy
you.
New Year, Miss Mine,
Hello, Miss Katrina Davis. We're glad to
Miss
have you back
Davis.
from across the waters. She been um, over there visiting the other lands on the sea, across the sea. So we're glad to have her back. Brother Robert Smith is a good friend of mine. Played basketball with him. We're praying for you, brother. We are praying for you. He said he have been very sick of the Omicron, and we're going to talk about the Omicron on tonight. So we're praying for you, man. Miss Ashley Langdo, we're glad. Happy New Year to you, and we're glad that you tuned in tonight. Glad that you tuned in. First time viewer. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Everyone
How many,
share, share, share.
how many viewers do we have on thus far?
We have 25, 25, 26 on,
25.
26 on right now. Number is climbing. Hello, Miss Charlotte
You
Kenny.
you know what would be nice? If we could get all 25 of those viewers to share, now, to just hit the share button. If we could get all 25 of you to hit the share button.
Miss Reba Stanley. Listen, Miss Reba, we're going to talk a little bit about the future of Real Talk and what Real Talk is going to do in 2022. And we're going to be kind of discussing in the political, what's going to be going on in our city. So you stay tuned with us, okay? Judge Milliken, Happy New Year, my friend. Pray that you have had a blessed New Year thus far. Thank you, Miss Ashley. Listen, Miss Ashley, you a first time viewer, but you're about to be the MVP on this on our show.
Don't get in trouble, Pastor. Don't get in
I'm
trouble.
just
Don't
saying,
get in trouble.
she
Don't get
doing
in
her
trouble.
thing. She doing her
Don't
thing.
get in trouble
She
now.
doing her thing. Happy
Well,
New
don't
Year,
you get in
Dana
trouble.
J. Happy New Year, Dana J. I can't get in trouble.
Well, don't get me in trouble then. I have to
You,
tell the viewers it's you, not me.
I know you got to tell mom she the favorite one. I understand.
Is she out here tonight?
I don't know.
I don't
Ashley
think she's
Langdon
out
said,
here
yes,
tonight.
sir. Listen what she said. Yes, sir. I am the MVP. Woo, 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 woo.
Ah,
You already
listen,
know. Hey, we got what hey, I'm glad she's on here. Hey, I like that. I like that. I like interacting with our guests. Please feel free to comment ask any questions you desire to ask. Share with any and everyone. Look at Miss Reba. Miss Reba in her feelings. Girl, hush. Hello, Kateria Williams. Listen, we got them rolling in. Miss Nancy Stewart,
That's
school
right.
board
That's
member. Happy
right.
New Year. Hello, Laurel.
L'Oreal.
Happy New Year to you. Annette Lucky. Hello, Miss Annette Lucky. Good evening to you. Listen, share. We're getting ready to get into our program. If you're ready, we're ready. Let's go. Welcome to Real Talk. Welcome to Real Talk. At this time, we're going to give you our disclaimer. Bishop?
All right. And say what were you finna say something, Pastor?
I'm putting it in your hands.
Okay. Let me as we're doing the disclaimer, and I'm glad it came up tonight because someone was asking about our thoughts about the mayor, was it the mayor's race or something
Yes.
to that effect. So it is important to us that we do our disclaimer, and we'll read it tonight and further times it'll just be on the screen. The information provided by the host on this platform is for education and awareness purposes only. All information provided on this platform is provided in good faith. We make no representation or warranty of any kind expressed or implied regarding the accuracy, validity, or reliability of information shared by the host or show guests. The views and opinions of guests on the show do not necessarily reflect the views or opinions of the host of Real Talk. Under no circumstances do the host, show guests, sponsors, or affiliates assume responsibility for the actions of viewers.
All right. Took care of that. Perfectly said. Thank you there, Bishop T. Thank you so much. Uh, uh, hello, Miss Denise Collins. We've been praying for you, Miss Denise Collins. We love you and we pray that things are going well for you. Things are going well for you. We've been having a little battle going back and forth between Miss Ashley and Reba. I believe Miss Reba tagged Miss Ashley in, and now Miss Ashley has taken over the show. You misspell wolves, okay, but you okay? As long as you know.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Mr. Stanley. We appreciate your constructive criticism. We will correct that.
Definitely. Hello, Miss Georgia Henley. Glad to have you on. All right. Okay. All right. Okay. So, first things first. Holidays went by, Bishop T. And of course, we knew that these two holidays, Thanksgiving, Christmas, and New Year's, those three holidays, was is where you're gonna spend most of your time with the majority of your family, and of course, there's a new variant as we speak, but there's a variant by the name of Omicron that I'm telling you, it is contagious and it is swiftly. Um, uh, the numbers are climbing so that I know that there are some schools that I know Gaston City um, on yesterday sent out a message that the rest of the week they was going virtue and they did implement the mask mandatory and to be worn for the next 2 weeks. But they for the next couple of days they are going virtue, and I think tomorrow, due to the weather that we are expecting, could possibly be ice on the roads to keep our uh, educators and our students from causing any harm to themselves or anyone else. That they have just made tomorrow a e-learning day, where our children would remain home. Of course, they was going virtual for the next couple of days. So that
Are
Omicron,
they? I'm sorry. Are they home? Why did you say they made it an E day? Did you say why they
due
made it
to
an
the
E day?
weather, the weather's
Okay.
supposed to drop real bad, and it's supposed to be a lot of rain, and it's possibility it's going to ice up in the morning when the buses and cars are trying to run. Um,
Okay.
for even for the educators, and they're making it an e-learning day. So um, we just thank all of the people that are in charge that make the calls to keep our people safe, our educators and our children. This Omicron, a lot of people are getting it, and it start out like a little cough, running nose, like a little common cold, uh, and then it it advance. You go get tested, and a lot of people are trying to treat it with Theraflu, treat it with over the counter drugs. I don't really know how they're treating it or how they can treat it, um, but I do know that it has not had a great effect on those who have been vaccinated. Now, there are those who have actually caught the virus who are vaccinated, but it has not taken a toll as it has on others. And I know our young people, the young people are in the hospital due to it.
Yeah, Omicron is highly transmissible. It's highly transmissible, and now I know you say it starts out as like a common cold, but also with Omicron, there are a lot of people who are asymptomatic with Omicron who are not showing um, any symptoms any symptoms at all. So and we know that there's already a spike, but we haven't even I don't think even the spike that we're in right now is a result of the holiday, the Christmas holiday, rather. So it's highly transmissible. So we encourage everybody to keep your still maintain your social distancing and wear your mask. And no, I think now they're saying to be fully vaccinated is to have is it isn't it to have had the booster shot as well. I know those CDC guidelines have changed some. Um, I think one of the things that I heard yesterday was after 5 days, uh, if you are feeling better or whatever the case is, they just recommend that you wear your mask. I think they're doing everything that they can to keep people working and keep schools open and all. So it's highly transmissible, but it is not as uh, serious. Not serious is that word, not the word that I want to use. It's not as harsh as the Delta
Right.
variant was. So Everybody just stay safe, keep your distance, wear your mask, and continue to do what you're doing to stay safe. Definitely, uh, to stay safe out here. That's all we can do.
That's all we can do.
Get that booster shot if you're vaccinated, and if you're not vaccinated, get vaccinated.
True that. True that. Ms. Reba Stanley said some citizens reached out and helped feed hundreds of citizens during the holidays. Councilman Thomas Worthy, Councilman Jason Wilson, Trent Thrasher, construction, etc. And I know Bishop, we witnessed Miss Carolyn Parker giving out some bags and boxes during the holidays as well. So we appreciate all of those individuals that looked out for others during the holidays. That's what love is,
Yeah,
showing love.
yeah. Even those that we don't even know about.
Exactly.
Christmas is a time of giving, and there are those that we don't even know, but we are appreciative of them doing that very much so.
I know that we're seeing there was some of them said that they'll change the numbers from 5 to 7 days, and they did it today.
Today,
That's where we're receiving information. I'm hearing and I'm seeing where, like you said, Omicron isn't as severe as COVID-19. Fully vaccinated are less likely to die unless they have underlying medical issues. Um, but and Miss Ashley said a lot of those people that we just called out um, don't ask for recognition. They just do it, and we certainly appreciate that. Certainly appreciate that. And so we wanted to deal with that. And this year, this month, today, is the 1 year anniversary of the insurrection on Capitol Hill. Um, Bishop, I think you shared and said that they had already prosecuted quite a few people uh, in,
there.
in this, and they're actually looking for more.
Yeah, I think I heard today that there's still some. There are hundreds of people that they still haven't been able to bring charges against or even locate. But there are those people who have been, brought in and are facing charges or whatever like that. But it is definitely, and I think that's the thing, and the plan even of the show is, I know we're going to talk about it more later, but we are really in a time to where our democracy is being challenged, and especially for with the voter rights and things like that we really have to be aware. And we'll say all the time, don't sleep on me or don't sleep on them. We definitely, especially in the black and brown community, do not need to sleep on certain things that are taking place. And in some states, those voter rights laws and things that they're putting in place uh, uh, take us back to the days of Jim Crow. And so we definitely want Real Talk to make our viewers aware of things that are going on. And because definitely we do not want to, and I don't believe that we would. But when you look at things like the insurrection, it makes you wonder where the intentions were, or the intentions for the United States to be under dictatorship. So it's very important that we pay attention and that we reflect on a year ago. Hey, Miss Massey, Good to see you on. It's definitely important that we reflect on what happened a year ago, and we know that there is the Insurrection Committee that's working diligently to bring information, to gather information, and do the necessary things to see exactly what happened and those things that took place leading up and what happened on that day. So our hearts go out to the families of the people who lost their lives during and as a result of that, who whether lost their lives from injuries or because they couldn't handle the strain and stress of it. We do, our hearts go out, prayers go out to the families of those people and to the peoples whose lives, because we're sitting in the comfort of our homes, we weren't there. We were not the policemen who were trying to keep the congressman and all safe, So our hearts go out to them who uh, this whole day represents a time in their lives that they never thought they would see, and we too never thought we would see the things that we witnessed. And if we really are true and honest, the last 3-4 years we've seen unprecedented circumstances take place, from political circumstances, um, natural disasters, and whatever it is. This has been these last few years have been unprecedented.
Bishop, I they need to prosecute and as many as they can. And I'm not saying this from a prejudice standpoint. I'm saying it because and Judge Milliken is on here. I'm saying it because you set precedent. You set precedents. If you allow them to get by with this, what happens when someone else come along do the same thing? They're gonna think it's okay, and they're gonna use what happened on that day as the no punishment was given out to others. How you gonna give out punishment to us? And the country is already divided, and there's no need of us tiptoeing around it. It's divided. Um, there are some who didn't see anything wrong with what took place. They didn't see anything wrong with what took place. People died. They had a officer pinned in between a door screaming. They was standing on top of them. All of these things took place. And I've seen all type of videos of it, but I do think that things people need to be dealt with accordingly, because we look like a third world country. This stuff you see in Iran, Iraq, and they overtaking the government, and looking for the leader and doing all type of things. We can't have that. We can't have that in the United States of America. Never seen it before, never heard of it happening before. And they need to be some harsh penalties so that they realize this is something we're not going to tolerate. You can't just slap them on the wrist. You really going, and I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know about you, but those that influenced it, they need to go after them. They need to go after them. Everybody know that Trump and some of the other people influenced that whole chaos, trying to stop, honestly, refusing to come out of office.
Well, the whole reason for the insurrection is for the lie being told that the election was stolen, that the election was rigged.
Right.
And so I hope just as I'm hoping that the majority of Americans will see the need for this, see the real need for the Insurrection Committee, that they would do just that, hold those responsible for what went on a year ago today.
Look at what
Yes.
Miss Reba said. She said, "I think the officer pinned between the doors committed suicide later," and I think that is true.
Yeah, I think it was about 3 of them that committed suicide, wasn't it? It was either
They
2
were
or 3.
traumatized bad.
Yeah, 2 or 3 that
Charles
committed suicide.
Hawkins said, "Prosecute and give them 10 years minimum in prison." To me, that was an attempt to overthrow our government. And you listen, inciting, of course. Let me say this. It has nothing to do with Democrats, Republicans when it comes to me. Because if it was Democrats that did it, I'll be saying the same thing. If it was, uh, uh, you cannot get to the point where you justify because that's what party I'm a part of. We have to deal with facts, and we have to deal with it accordingly. We really do. We have to deal with facts and deal with it accordingly. And so here we are. Uh, I think the president Biden, he actually called out Trump on his speech today concerning the inciting of this the insurrection. You smile.
Here's the thing about his speech too. He never mentioned his name. He never mentioned Donald Trump's name in the speech. And I think it was about, one of the commentators said it was about maybe 10, 12 things that he said. He never mentioned his name, but the reaction of Trump was as though even Trump knew who he
Yeah, he
was talking about.
responded. Yeah, yeah,
So it's 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 crazy, but um it's where we are. It's definitely where we are.
definitely. So let's talk about what will real talk look like in 2022. This is election season. And there's a lot of people running for positions, and we do want to have anyone that desire to share their platform or share what they're running on, um, to come on the show and talk with us. Now we plan on prayerfully and hopefully having a debate for the mayor's race right here on Real Talk for those that are not able to get out, and it will gather a larger audience where people can actually look at their phone and hear the different candidates share their ideas or what they plan on doing for the city of Gaston. We're definitely involved in what Gaston is looking like and will look like, and whatever we can do to help make our city, because we right here in Gaston ourselves, a better place for all mankind. Um, that's what we plan on doing. And I think the current administration, we have not been pleased with. And I don't think that, well, let me just say I have not been pleased with. I'm not going to say all of them, just a few of them. And we're definitely, yes, Ms. Reed, we're definitely going to advertise the day of the debate. We will encourage and we'll have ways that any elective or one is seeking a elective position, If they want to advertise, we're not going to be biased. We'll run your commercials. We will give you the information you would need in order to get your commercials in as we continue to carry on Real Talk. But we definitely want to sit down with some of these people. So if you know of any candidate that plan on running for any position, I know the Board of Education is going to be wide open. And you know, election will be going on as well as the city of Gaston. And so please have them to contact um, uh, Bishop T or Pastor Z. And listen, I can give you our email address. That's a way that they can contact us right now. Let's see if I can find that email address. Yes, it's going to be realtalk.z.t@gmail.com. I'm going to put it down in the comment. Share with them what we plan on doing, Bishop.
Well, we do plan on one thing is doing the debate, and as you say, having the debate. Our platform is open to any politician that desires to come on and kind of let us give to the public what their views are, what their plans are. And again, you mentioned even the advertisement with that. Also, we do plan to continue to bring awareness to different health issues, whether it be mental or whether it be physical. We've done shows that dealt with grief and loss, so we intend to expound on that. We've also presented shows where we uh, featured uh, local talent. And so we intend to keep those things going as well and really just build on those things that we've already done. So we do see Real Talk moving in a very positive direction and really educating and empowering, bringing awareness to things that are going on, things that naturally sometimes people wouldn't hear about, and so or don't hear about. And so we those are the type things that we definitely intend to keep going as well as build on.
Correct. We have quite a few people on the conference call line. That conference call line, if you are not able to tune in on YouTube or Facebook Live, you can dial in at 1-646-224-5980. That PIN number is 334-1986. And then you can hear Real Talk right there. Ms. Reba Stanley said that mayor candidates so far is Heather New, Michael Shell, Bunchy, Craig Ford, Robert Avery, and John Jacobs. Bunchy must be the last name of another individual. She may not had the first name too. So there's a lot of, and all of these people are new people. All of these people is new people. So hey, it's gonna be different. We know that. It'll be different. It will be different. Uh, because I think the current mayor is not running for re-election. So it will be different. Now, we're interested in bringing on individuals that are running for different districts as well to debate. If we can get them all to agree to come on, we'll definitely bring them on. We won't listen. Here's the thing that we want our listeners to to understand. For years, we won't change. We say we won't change. We upset because we don't get what we deserve or what we want. And we go to the polls and we actually mark names that look familiar. Don't know anything about them, but his name just sound like somebody that I think I know, and I mark that person. Or we get these different ballots, and we, straight Republican, straight Democrat. Let me say this: I don't agree with every Democrat, and I don't agree with every Republican. And there are some Republicans I like their ideas, and there are some Democrats I like their ideas. I listen to D.L. Hughley a lot lately, and D.L. Hughley, he makes a lot of sense. Even though he is a comedian, he says what he means, and he means what he says. And I've been enjoying looking at some of his commentaries and talking about different things, and we got to get out of the point of just checking people boxes because we related to them, we know somebody that's related to them, or because we like them as a person. You can like a person as a person but not agree with them. I mean, totally disagree with their theology or their thoughts or whatever their opinions are concerning things that we face. But we got to get in the point of understanding where we want our city to go, and when we understand where we want our city to go, then what we need to do, we need to listen to each candidate and see if they're going to be the best one to put our city in the position where we desire them to be. So I appreciate all of you coming and sharing with us all the information that you're sharing with us right here on Real Talk. Bishop, you plan
Huh?
on running for mayor?
No, I don't plan on running for mayor. I'm trying to see why you started slowing down.
Is it something going on with the?
Is it me?
It may be. I don't know.
Okay, it caught back up.
Okay. All right. So there's a lot of restrictions and there's a lot of things that you have to do in order to be able to run for these positions. And so we're excited. We're excited about what's going to take place. And I'm going to tell you, there's still some names that you probably going to hear get thrown in, and they may end up getting thrown in at the last minute. But we want the best people in the best positions so we can see our city turn for the better.
Yeah, and I think you mentioned something earlier that I think is important, that we make sure that we're not just picking a candidate because it's our race, the candidate is a part of our race, or we have really got to. This is a critical time for the city of Gadsden, and so we really need to make sure that we're listening to the plans, the ideas, the vision that these politicians have for our city. It's important that we do that. It's very important that we do that. That can really move our city to the next level.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So let's talk. We had a show most recently, and we had a good friend of mine. She is the school board um, counsel, and she practiced law uh, with partner with others here in the city, and she came on our show and we was talking about the rendering plant. Miss Christy Knowles was with us, along with Mr. Fred Zachary. Uh, we came on, we talked about, and this probably it was last month sometime maybe. And we heard rumors about the airport authority, the board there was going to, and how it was going to try to slide in selling that property to the rendering plant. Uh, since then, they did vote, and they voted not to sell. And from my understanding, all those that voted not to sell. So that particular property, under that particular agreement, has been ruled out now. They voted that down. Now, still in court. As much as some of us would probably want it to go away, I can't say that it's been dismissed yet in Etowah County. But from my understanding, that particular property, they voted not to sell to that particular plant. And I know a lot of citizens probably is happy concerning what was done. And again, you can guess what people are going to do. And it was said that they believe or they thought that this was going to happen. Don't know if pressure caused them to do different, or that was their mindset. We don't know. But anywho, you don't have to worry about smelling that smell, Bishop. Do I need to play that clip again?
No, no. But I will say this: since we're on the rendering plant, definitely not. Why you? Definitely not. But I will say this: while we're on the rendering plant, I have come in contact with people, and I was in a particular meeting where some things were said with respect to the rendering plant. And it was discussed as though there are pros for the rendering plant. So I have had people to approach me and ask if there's a way that there can be a representative or someone to give the pros of the rendering plant. So I don't know if that's something we should look into or that we can look into. And just if you are going to make the public completely aware of that. So I just thought I'd put that out there. I don't know. Um
Now, Miss Nicole, DC Nicole, after all this, I think good paying industry plants would be scared to even consider Gaston. I don't know. I can't say I agree with that. Because I had a conversation with a individual that's on the airport uh, uh, authority board, and it was right after the show with Miss Christy Knowles and Mr. Fred Zachary, and he wanted to sit down and talk with me, uh, and uh, and actually explain what his thoughts was. And I said to him that we don't need to make gas in a chicken plant, or even this dog food that they make at the rendering plant. But we don't need to, we don't need to. This we don't want them to aim to come here. We want other industries to come here. If you go to Fort Payne, they're known as the sock capital of the world, hosiery capital of the world. Everywhere you go up there, they got buildings where they have Hispanics that are making socks. I used to work for Buffalo Rock, and I used to have to go in all these different hosiery buildings in order to deliver uh, uh, the products. You would do the same thing here if you get a chicken. You already have cooks. Then you bring in this other place, and it's going to attract more of them. And honestly, what we receive information from this particular person, he said that's what we attract. Why is it that's what we attract? Why is that what Gaston attracts?
They
Because
need
we keep entertaining it.
Nicole says she's not just speaking of chicken plants, but other industry plants. And I guess maybe she's saying that because of the way it went down with them. I don't know, but I definitely agree that we need a council and a mayor in place that can bring jobs to this city. We've lost Goodyear. We lost the steel plant some years ago, and right now there is Cooks, and I think out on what is it?
Gold
I
kids,
don't
ain't
think
it?
it's 77, but
Airport is the airport road down that way?
yeah,
Ain't
you've
that
got
Gold
Keith. Is it
Kids?
Keith?
Keystone.
Keith Tyson.
It's
Tyson is out
Tyson now.
there, and I think Keystone. And so it does appear that that's all that's coming. But there again, especially for the black and brown community, we need to be awake. We
Let me
need
ask
to
you
be
this.
awake.
Let me ask you this. Why do you think we lost two main, two big industries in our city? That I drive to Anniston every day to try to work a job. Been doing this for 15 years. To work a job that that would pay to help me to live a decent life and have to come back to Gaston when I used to work at the steel plant. I worked 7 years at the steel plant. I was there when they closed the doors. So, we losing major companies, but then we have these other companies coming in here. Um, I mean,
What you worked at the steel plant for 7 years. What was the reason that the steel plant closed?
well, they always gonna tell you, uh, they cover up things, but from my understanding, there was a man that they brought in. They pretty much he brought him in to close it down. It was during the time of negotiating our contract, and they wanted us to give up $1 or $2 or something on our contract, and the people that was representing the steel workers said, "You got 6 vice presidents making big figures. Get rid of some of them. We out here slaving, making all this, doing this work, and you got 6 vice presidents making all that money. Cut their money and quit cutting ours." And of course, I heard it when I first got there. They always talking about they gonna close the steel plant down. They ain't gonna never close it down. They ain't gonna never close it down. Well, August of 2000, they closed it down. Um, and I'm gonna tell you, I really felt bad for older people who had not been at the employment line since they was 18. And they
What
was at that point 55 or more. You got to go back and do all this over again.
Reba Stanley made us. I'm sorry. She made and that's a statement that I also heard. I don't want to be talking over you, but I'm getting a lag in hearing you. So I apologize if I am.
You're not.
But this is a statement that I also heard the city of Gaston knew recently of Goodyear's closing, but did anything. And I think that that's where somebody made the statement that we're graduating people from Auburn and the University of Alabama. Not only Auburn and University of Alabama, we're graduating people from a number of colleges and universities. And they can't come back to Gaston because there are not jobs here. Gaston is more of a retirement city. We're known for restaurants. That seems to be what we attract is restaurants. So I think that there again is why it's very important that we pay attention in this election and that we put people in place who have a vision for our city, and not just because it's a black candidate or because it's a white candidate, but because it is the right candidate with the right message, with the right vision for this city to move us just into what so many of our viewers are saying today. Not just another place for a chicken plant, and not just another, not to where people who are educated at Alabama, at Auburn, at Tuskegee, at wherever, historically black colleges and universities can't come back to this city and make a very good, not just a decent living, but a good living. And so I think that's important. It's important, as we said before, that we do put the right candidates in office. And that means that we have to, that it's, thank you, real talk, is gonna be vigilant and active in candidates coming on this show, presenting their arguments and stating their cases as to why they should be the next mayor, the next councilman, commissioner, whatever of this city.
That's right.
Because it's pretty much sleeper holler for some folks.
Yeah. Judge Milliken, which is the chairperson of Gadsden City School Board, said the better educated workforce you have, the better industries you attract. That was my point about council people and the mayor. This mayor and the council approved a budget that did not include the school board. I mean, the schools, left the education out of it, left the schools out of it. And the year before, when they did the budget, they pulled away some money from them. And I've always heard, even when I first got on the school board, as the school system goes, so does the city. So if you want a better industries to attract, then what you need to do is invest into our children. And I don't know nobody in their right mind, why would you not invest into your school system, your children, other than you being what we know now, petty, because you're mad that somebody is in the position that you may have wanted to be in or inspired to be in at one time or another, or it wasn't your pick. It's you still hurting our children at the end of the day. At the end of the day. And we need some people. Number one, I want to know what, when I talk to these mayors, candidates, I want to know where does education, the schools that's in this city, where is it on your list? Where is it on your list? You go up to Albertville, go to Piedmont, go to Oxford. I mean, just look at what the little city governments are doing in those different cities with their schools. So we definitely going to be we're going to be on it. We're going to be on it. We're going to be on it. We're going to be blazing the trail. Do share that email information to anyone that desire to advertise or appear on Real Talk. They can email us at realtalk. I think z.t. Is that it? At gmail.com. Email us and we will let you know what you would need to do in order to honor your request. Okay. Miss Sabrina Kelly Hazel, maybe it's time for change and give the tax money back to the people to place their children in private schools and homeschools. I don't know if that I don't know if that would be the answer. Ashley said, I want to know what candidates is going to relieve Lisa Rosa of her duties the day they take office. That's who will have my vote. Bishop, anything you would like to share before we
I appreciate sharing this platform with you. I'm a little devastated tonight, but I'll get over it. Let me ask you this. Listen, I'm about to start some confusion. I know, cause my dog really doesn't have a bark in the fight, and evidently yours doesn't either because you're an
you can't
Auburn
talk
fan.
about
But
that.
there is a
You
big
can't
game
talk
this
about
weekend.
it is national championship.
National championship is
Same
this weekend.
conference. Same conference.
Yes,
SEC rematch.
and yeah, it's the rematch. So I don't know.
Go ahead and rep right now. If you with Bama, if you with Georgia, if you with Alabama, if you with
Let's see
Georgia,
what's going
go ahead
on.
and rep right now on the in your comments. In your comments. Go ahead and
Are
rep
you
right now.
rolling with the Tide or are you a Georgia Bulldog fan? Cousin said rolling with the Tide. Tara said she's rolling with the Tide.
All we see is Bama fans here.
Pastor Z, I know you are an Auburn fan.
Well, I honestly.
But when you roll with the Tide, are you going to?
Wait a minute now. I just saw Miss Ashley, the MVP, that came on, dog. The
War
MVP.
Dog. Ashley, War Dogs. So are
Miss
you?
Langdon.
So are you rolling with the Tide, or are you going to support those Bulldogs?
Let me tell you what happened in the SEC championship. Because Auburn, and I'll be honest with you, I never thought Auburn stood a chance against Alabama. Never thought. I as much as people appreciate that game that was played, I thought it was probably one of the sorriest games that I've seen.
Alabama and Auburn?
I thought that was one of the sorriest games I ever seen. Alabama didn't go until late in the fourth quarter. Never seen that happen. And Auburn really wasn't moving the ball. If they was really moving the ball, scoring, it would have been over with. But Auburn have not been looking good all year. For a couple of years, they haven't been looking good to me. And I really did not want to see that game because I thought they was going to run all over Auburn, especially when Bo Nix got hurt. And I know a lot of people don't like Bo, but I thought he was mobile, being mobile, it was probably the best chance that we had. So when I saw that they had to go in 4 overtimes to beat Auburn, and I've been seeing Georgia dominate all year. Honestly, I thought Georgia was going to blow Alabama out in the SEC championship. I really did. Not the fact that I dislike Alabama or that I root for Georgia, but I actually thought that Georgia, I've seen them play, and I thought, okay, if they play like this against Auburn, Georgia going to kill them. To my surprise, Alabama really embarrassed Georgia. There's a lot of fans that I talked to at work that are Alabama fans that really don't like the rematch. And you hear people saying it's hard to beat a team twice in 1 year. I'm going to be honest with you. Yes, I root for Auburn because I like rooting for underdogs. But Nick Saban has a way of preparing his guys, and they always rise up to the challenge. They always rise up to the challenge. And you just can't go against Alabama. I'm going for Alabama. You heard it right here on Real Talk. Roll Tide.
You going for Alabama?
Roll Tide.
Wait. You going for Alabama? Who going for Georgia? Who going for Georgia? You going for Alabama? I'm going for Georgia.
Okay. All right. Okay. All
you
right.
for Alabama? I'm for Georgia.
It's hard. Listen, I'm going to say Nick Saban is the greatest college coach ever.
So you're saying, did you? I really don't. I'm just going for Georgia because you going for Alabama. But listen. So did you say that it's difficult did you say it's sometimes difficult for a coach to beat the same team twice? Is that what did you say? What was the statement you said?
Twice in the same year. They say that it's hard for a team that's going to face a team twice in 1 year to beat that team. They say it's difficult. But understand that Kirby Smart coached under Nick Saban, and only one of his coordinators, has ever beaten him, and that was this year. That was Texas A&M coach. I can't call his name right now, but he beat him this year for the first time.
Put Ashley comment up here.
Which one?
Ashley Kirkpatrick, you going for us is like the Lee Corso curse.
Well, if y'all get your butt whooped, you just get your butt whooped. Don't blame me.
It's going to be because you said on tonight, January the 6th, that you were going for Alabama.
Okay, in that case, Roll Tide. Yeah. Listen.
All right.
Listen what Miss Lakedale said. She said, you can't do that if you're an Auburn fan. You're kicked out, canceled.
Mm-hmm. And we in the council culture. You council.
Well, we thank all of you for joining us here on Real Talk again. If anyone would like to advertise or appear here on Real Talk, have them to email us at realtalk.z.t@gmail.com. Okay, realtalk.z.t@gmail.com. You sleepy?
I'm not. I have been very nice tonight.
Yeah, that's a great job.
I've been very nice.
Listen, we'll be back, and prayerfully and hopefully we'll have a physician of some kind that will be sharing with us about the variant or the COVID cases. We should have an update. I talked to Councilman Worthy. He said that they hadn't been given updates quite often because of the cases that went down. But now that they're back up, that it will probably go back to giving them every week. So we look forward to hearing from Thomas Worthy on next week as he give us our COVID update. Everyone stay safe. Continue to protect yourself. The virus is still out here, and you never know. It may not bother you or hurt you, but it could hurt someone you love, okay? Get vaccinated if that's your desire. If not, protect yourself at all times. You want to say good night to him, Bishop?
I do. Good night. Thank everyone for being on the show, and we'll see you next week, same time. And who knows what Pastor Z will be talking about since he's going for Alabama.
Roll Tide.